Hi, thank you for joining me for this edition of the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta's Message of Hope. My name is Scott La Salle, and I'm one of SLCA's licensed practitioners. And it's my privilege and honor to be with you today to talk about a message about world peace. And I'd like to begin today by sharing a passage from a publication that I use daily as part of my spiritual practices. It's called The Daily Word, and it's a Unity publication. And there was a passage earlier this month entitled World Peace that I'd like to share with you as a starting point today. And it reads as follows: I do my part to bring peace to the world. The way I live my life tells a lot about my character. Do my words express peace and love? Do my actions convey kindness and consideration? There is love in my heart for all humankind. I share this love freely, regardless of appearances or what is happening in the news or in my surroundings. Choosing to see and live from the truth, I am always compassionate and peaceful in my dealings with others. It is so important to keep my thoughts and actions spiritually based, taking time to feed my soul so I'm able to stay rooted in my belief that peace for all is possible. In this way, I am doing my part to bring about world peace. I feel blessed to be part of this process. Sounds like a tall order, doesn't it? And it can be. But one of the things that I do to kind of break it down and make it more manageable and doable is to think about the question, what is mine to do? And if I'm honest and humble, I realize that the only thing I really can do and change is myself. And so I really do believe that world peace begins with me and doing my own work. So I wanted to share with you a few thoughts and ideas about how I do this and hope that it can perhaps inspire or generate some possibilities for you as well. Well, one of the things and practices that I like to do, and it's a big part of what we do at SLCA, is the practice of meditation. And there are a lot of ways to meditate, but here's some thoughts about that. So maybe if you're willing to do so, join me now and close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, and let it go. Take another breath in, this time consciously bringing in peace and letting go of everything else. What I'd like you to do as you continue to breathe deeply and comfortably, I want you to allow your mind to bring forth some image of peace that works for you. Just let it bring it forth. When I do this, it changes all the time. Sometimes I picture a scene in nature, like lying on a beautiful beach on a sunny day with the wind blowing and the waves crashing. Sometimes I imagine watching a bunch of children playing in a playground, kids of all different races and socioeconomic backgrounds and genders, and just appreciating, enjoying their time together without judgment. Just see whatever comes up for you. Another image I like to have is holding the hands of my brothers and sisters, not necessarily my family and friends, but people from all around the world joining together as one. Once I feel that sense of peace, I like to then bring my awareness to my physical body. I begin to explore how my body feels. Is it in peace and harmony? Does it feel good? Or am I getting messages about some things that might need my attention? The body is an incredible mechanism to give us clues about often what's going on in our lives as well. You know, if you think about the body for a moment, it's quite interesting. I mean, the lungs don't say to the heart, you know, there's two of us, so we must be better than you. You know, our cardiovascular system doesn't think that it's more important than our immune system. The body's intelligent. It knows that it works perfectly when it's in harmony, when it's working together as one body. Again, a clue for us. Each organ, each system, each tissue is important. It all has a purpose, and it works perfectly when it works together. And then sometimes I like to imagine myself sending love and peace out to the world any way that works for you. Start from that place of peace in yourself and see it generating out to your family, friends, and loved ones, your neighbors, your communities, to all the people in your state, your country, all the way around the world. And yes, my friends, be bold, send it out to the universe, and know that whatever you send out comes back multiplied. Yeah, we need more of that. Thanks for doing that. Once you are in this place of peace, you can begin to think more broadly about it and think about how peace is showing up, perhaps in your personal relationships with your family members and friends. We all like to have relationships that are harmonious and where people are getting along. And when that's happening, it's wonderful. But it's those times too where we, we realize that this is a journey, that all of us are doing the very best we can at any given point in time. And all of us, myself included, fall off the mark sometimes, right? And when you see that happening in your personal relationships with your intimate social circle, those are the most perfect people to have conversations with, to do that work, to be able to find common ground and break through any barriers that might be stopping you from enjoying a peaceful and harmonious relationship. So it's a great place to do a lot of this work beyond yourself with those that you love and trust and feel safe with. And then when you get really good at that, you can continue this work in your workplace with your coworkers, your bosses. Yeah. And I know that can be scary because some of us worry about losing our jobs if we speak up, but I like to remind myself that I want to be in an environment surrounded by others that share in this idea about peace and love, but also equality and about celebrating differences. So sometimes it's important to do that work and get clear on whether this is the perfect job for you to do your work. It, of course, happens in our communities too, whether you're a protester or whether you're somebody that is able and comfortable writing checks and sending it out to causes. There are lots of ways to impact the community, right? And I like to try to remind myself that whatever I choose to do, what is mine to do, that I do it peacefully from that place of love. That's where the message is most clearly heard and understood. And the media, another tricky point. It's really tempting to get sucked into watching the news and the videos, and it can really produce a lot of intense feelings of anger and sadness and grief. And it's important, I think, to educate ourselves about what's going on in the world. But I try to remind myself to stay balanced. So when I feel that I've gotten enough of what I need to be clear about what's happening in reality, I then also surround myself with images of things that are already happening by people that are being peaceful and harmonious, whether it's videos or sometimes news clips or just things that bring about positive feelings of what can be and frankly what is going on in the world. I want more of that, so I direct my attention to that, and that's what grows not only in my life but I believe in the world too, as we focus and put our energy in that. So I think for me, the bottom line is that doing my own work, that's where I like to start and where I think I can have the greatest impact. And I want to invite you today to consider a way that you can do that for yourself as well. I'd like to close today with just a small passage from one of my favorite songs. It's a spiritual song that so many of you are probably familiar with. And I wanted to just share a piece of it that I think kind of encapsulates what we've talked about today. The song is called Let There Be Peace on Earth. And the portion I want to share with you is this. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. This is Scott La Salle. Thank you for joining me today in discussing world peace. And I wish much peace and love to you. Have a great day.